Hey, so today we're doing our atamkaraka series of Venus in the third house. As in, what happens when Venus goes into the third house as your atamkaraka, which is a planet with the highest degree. The only planet that is closest to the 30th degree point. It doesn't necessarily has to be 29 degrees. It could be even 12 degrees. It could be even 14 degrees. But it's the highest planet at that particular point. Okay. Oh, you want to come? Come here. Rambo. Here, Rambi. Here, Rambi. Come here. You want to be on the TV? Rambo. You want to be on the TV? I don't know if you guys can see him. He just came here. He just heard me. Rambo, huh? That means this Atmakarka Venus has something to do with Saturn. Because Rambo is like all black. Oh my god. Now you're going to be... Okay, come here, Rambo. Come here, Rambo. Here, Rambi. Here. Come here. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, Rambo's here. Rambo the puppy's here. Puppy's here. He's a puppy. I know you're a puppy. You just wants to be cuddled all the Brad's here. What's up with all you guys just suddenly coming when I'm making a video? This has to do something with Gitu and Shani. There has to be some energy of that. So, okay, go. So, do I have to pause this video? Because these guys are now, look, they're running. They're going to disturb the camera, aren't you? So yeah, Venus in the third house as your Atmakarka. And if you don't know where your Venus is along with all your astrological details, including my consultations, check out the links here, kapielastrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where especially wristwatch course, very, very important course. Because man, I'm getting like so many of insane, crazy example of bad watches now. I may have to like put an additional video of the collection of bad watches that I have now collected. But they're pretty much the same of what I described. So this particular Venus, Atmakarka, is a planet that is here to learn its lesson, that actually learn its lesson and finish unfinished business. And here, the most important is that a person is going to have to take responsibility of the siblings, and one is going to have to nurture sibling. You're going to actually have to, you will see throughout your life, whether it's your older sibling or younger sibling, you will be there negotiating things for them. They'll be asking you for advice. And yes, the thing that happens with Venus as the Atmakarka in the third house, your sibling may not be the best characters out there. They may have done a lot of bad things. It's kind of like Michael Corleone giving Sonny advice. Okay? Or Luca Brazzi advice. They're all bad people, but hey, it's family, right? It's family. So this is what happens. Like a person will be giving advice because see, Venus is a Daitya Guru. Guru of the Asuras. Guru of the, you can say even Rakshasas. So it's going to be surrounded. And the thing is, third house is a house of surrounding. You know, like people who meet amongst friend circles and then they fall in love and get married. Usually the third house is always involved, or the karka of the third house will be involved, which is Mars or Mercury. So Venus is taking the qualities of all these things, and then especially on as the part of the Atmakarka, mastering communication is going to be very important. Okay, and the thing is, usually when Venus has the Atmakarka, you will see somehow Mercury is going to be in a place, either in birth or Navamsha, where it's going to be somehow connected with Saturn or Ketu. Now, it's not regular Vedic aspects. These are more also Nadi aspects. Either way, either through Nadi you should be meeting, or it should be with Saturn, or Vedic. Because you will see Venus is going to love to communicate. Wants to communicate because this is part of its unfinished business, unfinished karma. Like such people want to be influencers. That's the word now. It's no longer actor, actress, model. It's just influencers. They want to be great influencers, and they can be great influencers because the sweetness in their communication, even when they're harsh, the people will look at it as sweetness. It comes out. But the other thing you will also see, if Venus is below 15 degrees of any sign, you will see such a person, especially in the third house I'm talking about. Third house is atamkaraka. A person who feels exiled, ostracized, okay, from friends, family, group of people. And they kind of have to do things on their own. And they want to innovate in their communication, in their creative pursuits, and their marriage and relationship. If Venus goes into the second half of the 15 degrees, like 15 to 30 degrees, then you will see later in life, the second half of life, they feel either rejected or exiled from friends, family, or they naturally extract themselves from it. And on the most common basis, you will see such a Venus or such a person leaves for foreign lands. Okay, like for example, all my cousins, all my kicks and kin are in California. I'm in Texas. The only time I was there last time was when my sister passed away. Otherwise, there's barely any connection. And there's no need for connection. There's no want for connection. It's like you're just happy in your little cocoon, and that's what happens. So Venus in the third house will produce this. But the thing is, Venus in the third house is atamkaraka. Such a person wants to take on the biggest creative projects. The biggest projects in general. For example, somebody has this desire. They watch the movie, let's say King Kong. They fall in love with it. And they're like, I want to make something as grand as this. And everybody around them is like, okay, I guess they'll be over with this in 2 months, 3 months. Oh, maybe you should go try. And they know in the back of their mind, this is going to be a difficult task because there's a million people wanting to become directors, wanting to become Phil Jackson. But somehow, some way, because it is part of their, psyche to do something big, because Venus is in the third house, somehow universe kind of like just brings things together. For example, now you can create King Kong through AI. Through Grok or whatever, or oh my God, there's so many. It's funny how my kids actually know more about AI than I do. They're onto, oh, Dad, what about this thing? Look at this, check out this app. They do editing in like 4 minutes, 2 minutes, like creative editing. Soon you're going to be seeing some of that because I'm going to have my daughters edit my video soon. They're just kids are just, it's just like we were. We knew how to operate the VCR, DVD player, how to attach the Nintendo, and our parents are like, what do you do here? That's what you become. So now they get the tools to create that King Kong movie of their own. On the other hand, the third house, the Atama is here to deal with the effort put into the marriage. The courage must be shown in the marriage. If Venus is not the atamkaraka, you can get away with not showing enough courage in the marriage, whether to sustain the marriage, to make the marriage going, or fighting for the marriage against the people or against the antagonists of your marriage. Here is going to ask you for that. Here you must show that. And Venus is a feminine planet. It's a soft planet. It's a benefic planet. But it is the planet with the most siddhis. It is the only planet with the most siddhis. Like, for example, if you're going to learn Nadi astrology, your Venus has to be absolutely strong. Only then you'll get it. And so what happens is, through their magical ability, because they don't even know that it's kind of like dormant in them, but they have this magical ability to resolve things and find courage like nobody else has shown. But then those courage do not just come out every single time. It is in the most adverse of situations, the courage just somehow automatically comes. Even being the soft planet. And especially this Venus has the atamkaraka in the third house. Especially if it somehow is fourth from Mercury. Very, very good for success through one's own effort. Success in any place. Usually also, regardless of Venus, if Mercury is ahead of Venus, with Venus, behind Venus, naturally a person finds great luck. And great luck through activation of Venus. You will see whenever you purchase a vehicle, you'll find luck. You travel to a luxury place, somehow luck will activate again. You get married, luck will activate. You buy a property, luck will activate. You give birth to a girl, luck activates. And the soul is able to find ways to fulfill all these unfinished things that they want to do. Because in general, it's not like everybody has some spiritual things that they have to accomplish. No. Sometimes it's about getting things. Because remember, third house is the Upachaya house. Upachya. It's growing every day. It's growing better with time. And it grows more better with time because you are the locomotive. The more the locomotive just pushes, all the other carts of the train keep pushing. And at one point, it just finds a flow and it goes fast. But in the beginning, it has to push. They either had to, back in the days, put coal, or now the diesel engine has to really warm up the engine. Remember, like, I take these photographs of engines and I'm wanting the train to move, but man, it moves like in 25 minutes. Why? Because they're like, the engine has to warm up and start going to its maximum strength to pull these like half a mile long carts. So same thing happened with the Upachya. The more you just keep trying, you get it. But yes, in the beginning, you deal with these repetitive failures. Now, all these dynamics do change when Venus is with other planets. But one thing I see here is that this is excellent for making money, getting work from activation of Venus. And why did I say that? Because simply the omen. How when Rambo came in, and I just said his name and he's walking here again. Because that's Saturn. It's showing that Saturn and Venus combination is there in the third house. You got to pay attention to the omen. And Venus-Saturn is one of the best combinations to pretty much make money through your work and get work to make money. They both do very well for especially paraprapti. So third house is also paraprapti, meaning one is able to get a higher distinctions in life through one's own effort. And the other thing you got to also understand, Venus's site is also on the ninth house with its seventh aspect. On the other hand, Venus also looks at the 12th house. I've discussed this, if you remember that video of Venus that I made. But because Venus is in the third house, it's, at one point it separates a person from family. It like a person kind of takes their responsibility away from that. A person wants to, because what happens is a person does so much for the family, but at the end, they end up getting hurt. And because of that hurt, they have to just no longer bother with giving any advice or suggestion to the family, and they're on their own. But because of this 12th aspect of Venus on the second house, money comes in. Because here Venus, because remember Venus, again, it's going to become a long story, but Venus is the guru of Rahu. Rahu has made deals with Venus. And remember, Venus is one eye. So one eye, the left eye, it's there, but it's poked, it's injured. So 12th is the second house. But what happens is the jiva, the animated objects are, they get a little bit crumbled. And I'm talking about your family before marriage. But the inanimate things like wealth, money, luxury, that is there, which is also the exact same scenario of Rahu. Because remember, Rahu, wherever it goes, it destroyed the jiva part of it, but it enhances the dhatu part of it. It brings a great amount of wealth. Okay. So, and then, so these are the type of lessons this Venus is going to deal with. So anyway, I hope this has helped and given some insights into your Venus as the Atmakarka. Thank you. All right, Rambo.